everybody. Welcome to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? I'm Coney. I'm here with TK Breezy. And remember, this show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Thanks, Prize Picks. Use code Prize Picks to get $100 matched on your first deposit with Prize Picks. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Thanks, Prize Picks. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Y'all Gaming. I'm Coney. I'm here with TK. How you doing today?
I'm great. I'm trying to figure out some things. Who is all access? What the? Anyway, I'm trying to figure out some things that you know, with multiverses myself because I was told that there was a way to slide through these rifts because the rifts are not that fun to be honest, and I would like to slide through them so I can play Smith. But if I have to play through them, then I might just not. I might just wait the 2 weeks to be honest.
You didn't
So
do any of the riffs?
I've done. No, I mean I started doing them like probably a week ago. So I've
Oh,
got like almost all the easy ones done, but they're just not fun. Like
yeah.
it's just, it's just not fun, bro. Like I feel like if I want to log on, I'd rather play people. So it's just yeah, it's just not registering for me. I don't know. I don't think they're bad. I just don't find them fun for me. So
It's funny
you
because
know,
I'm the opposite. I like the single player because I really hate the PvP. Like
mhm.
I can't stand doing the PvP, so I have a lot more fun just beating up on bots and doing the dumb like tank stuff and things like that. I actually kind of like it, but
Bro is really casual now.
I'm very casual. Yeah, well, because with the multiplayer, it just pisses me off because the multiplayer aspects are so frustrating. But hi everybody, welcome to Y'all Gaming. Honestly, we didn't have much to talk about today, and we're gonna keep it kind of short because there's not much news. I've been playing Psychonauts 2, which is like not a new game. It's just an old one. I played the new character Agent Smith in Multiverses, and he was okay, but I still don't like the game. But I guess the big news is the only real thing to talk about, which is the thing that we kind of had on the topic list. Apparently, Riot had a platform fighter in development that they were cooking up, and it didn't work out. And that's really it. That's really the bottom line.
Yeah, but it's the article in itself said some stuff which I don't think it actually needed to say, but it's kind of funny though. It's just and I think on the side of multiverses, I was like, this is definitely some bad PR. But the article is
Well,
basically like Riot was like, yeah, bro, we're gonna make a platform fighter, and then multiverses made a platform fighter, and the reception of the platform fighter of multiverses was not good to the point where Riot was like, yeah, never mind. And that's like
and they didn't want to touch the space. Yeah. I saw some people saying it's not so much about the reception as it is about them like having to go offline for a year, them like shutting down or whatever. But like, I don't know
it's
if
still
I'm.
part of the reception though. Like I feel
Yeah,
like if everyone continued to play it, I don't think they would have hit the well, let's restart button. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I
So
agree. If they like, imagine if they still had like 200K people playing, they wouldn't have shut it off because it would have been like, damn,
yeah,
this is going well. Um,
shit going crazy.
yeah, I don't know, man. I think it was the right decision for Riot to make, but I'm still sad about it. Uh,
That
I
game would have went crazy, bro. I don't, bro.
why are
That
we
game would have
trusting
went
Riot to make a good
crazy.
game? We don't know.
I mean, first of all, League of Legends is a great game just because you like
No, no,
because
no. I like
you
League. I'm not trying to.
you know.
I'm not throwing shade at League. They made League and Valorant, which both like
Hmm.
innovated their areas, but they made a lot of like they made all those Riot Forge games, which are
Of course,
not
Forge game.
crazy. Like people don't even know they came out. You know?
Oh, those like the story mode
Yeah,
stuff
dude.
type deal. Yeah, okay, those are one player games, bro. That's probably why no one cares. Like,
Wow.
you know what I mean? Like, I think you had that you had that one that they were trying to work on that looked kind of like an MMO for a second. I don't know if they're still working on that, but you have 2XKO, which got hype. People are still playing TFT. People are still playing. Well, I don't know about Runeterra, but I think it's just hard to make a card game.
Sure.
Um, so and then every other little fun mode that they make, I feel like it still gets played quite often as well. So I trust Riot enough. I don't think they've steered wrong in the multiplayer aspect of stuff. I don't like what I don't like though is that they did that thing again where they were like, but it's melee like. I don't want to play melee again, and you don't want to play melee again. Like y'all keep saying that, but we've had this happen multiple times. Y'all don't like Melee likes. You like Melee. You know what I mean? And then every time there's something too close to Melee, it's just, well, I could just play Melee. And so then you go back to Melee. That's exactly why Icons failed. Icons was legitimately trying to be Melee, and then it wasn't. And then they went back, and then they failed. You know what I'm saying? And then they went back to regular Melee. I think Melee is an anomaly. I think it is impossible to ever become a successor to that game, and I think people should stop trying. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? Let Melee be Melee. And I think, taking some aspects of it is cool for sure. Like wave dashing is cool, but wave dashing is not like an exclusive Melee thing. I mean, like that just because you put wave dashing in your game does not automatically mean like you're going to make Melee. Yeah,
I,
I mean,
I
like you can just have it's a good movement option. That's all.
I think melee is just shorthand for like deep plat fighter. I don't even think it's necessarily that people want to make melee or that that's like their goal. I think what they're trying to say is like a plat fighter that is not casual. And if you read the article too, what's kind of funny is apparently they went back and forth between like, all right, we're gonna make it really sweaty and competitive and movement heavy, and then people were like, no, actually, we should make it really casual and fun and silly. And apparently there was some fighting about that, about like frustration about what the vision is, which is very funny because like that's kind of at the core of all this. Like that's why we're never getting out of here is because nobody knows what to do or make.
Yep.
Um, what I thought, I was the crazy thing is, I used to think, okay, just literally make melee, put it on Steam, and we're done. That's all you have to do, and then we can all support that. And then Icons came out, and people were like, that doesn't work. Understandably, I'm not saying Icons was good, but they had a Marth and they had a Fox, and they were making that stuff, right? And then Icons dies, and I was like, all right, so you don't want to make melee, but how about if you made a plat fighter that is its own identity with big IP that's free to play and you sell skins? That would work. And I was like, that would be crazy. And then Multiverses came out, and I was like, yeah, this will work. And then it didn't work either. And now I'm just like, I don't know what to do anymore, man. I don't know what the answer is. And I think Riot's in the same boat where it's just like, making a good game is not enough. You got to make a good game that like has its own identity in this space that either competes with or is better than Smash. Because like Valorant had to beat Counter-Strike, but they kind of forged their own lane. I don't know what they would have been done that's a differentiator. But they would have had to find something, and I feel like it's just not worth the investment, especially if you're already making 2XKO. You're already making a fighting game. Do you need to make another one?
I think people also underestimate polish. Like, there's so many games that I feel like genuinely, like as games, they're pretty fun, but the polish is just not there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Smash Ultimate and even four and even Brawl, like they may not be great games on a competitive aspect, but everything works the way it's intended to more often than not.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's like a big part of the game that I genuinely like. So, man, while I may not be competitive or need to be competitive or don't care to go crazy competitive anymore, at least when I sit down and play the game, I feel like it works. And like that is definitely been an issue missing in some of the other games that I feel like I liked for a little bit and then didn't um didn't end up playing for long. Like Nasby too, even
Sure.
though they're trying to get you back, because I definitely was like, oh man, multiverse is not hitting. You always have that one guy. I think that's also the other thing.
Yeah.
Those fan bases are annoying. So I'm
Yeah.
just like, let me sit here and complain. As the solution isn't to go play your game with 30 people. It's for me to just sit here and complain and then move on. Like that's that. But anyway, Nasby is a fun game. It was a fun game,
It's
but it's
great.
not. It's not
Yeah.
polished. It's not a polished game. It looks like it definitely looks a little lackluster at times. It feels like they focus more so on the balancing aspect of the thing than the game actually working as much as they need to have. Working as intended, I guess is the best way to put it.
Sure.
And it maybe that's changed, but when I was in the back room for that game, that was one of the issues that I definitely had. Was like we're always talking about balance and balance and balance when we should be talking about how like certain things don't work the way they are intended to. Like why is
Sure.
there air tech states and how come I can slip off this platform as this character but can't do it with this character and stuff like that. But they were always like, well, balance, balance, balance. Well, Reptar, well, I mean, Azula's kind of crazy right now. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Let her
there's
be
other
crazy.
stuff to
Let's fix the
first.
overall aspect of this game first. But
Yeah.
that happens a lot. And I think unfortunately it's hard to capture all of it in one. So you need a good IP, you need the game to be polished, and you need the game to be good. And I feel like as much as you guys will try to shit on Smash for maybe not being the most competitive game, the game is still good. Like it is a
Yeah.
good game. You know what I mean? Like you may not want to play it in tournament, but you can sit down and play that game with your little brother or sister and have a good time. I think it's kind of hard to do that with Rivals, which doesn't have which is a good game and polished, but does not have a recognizable IP. And
Hmm.
sometimes can be a little hard to do with Multiverses, which has a recognizable IP, but it's not a good game,
No.
although it is kind of polished.
It is yeah, I think you can find an example of a lot of games that have two pieces of the Triforce but not three. Like the Multiverse's animations look great, but when I play Agent Smith, I'm like, where the hell are my bullets? Like it doesn't like I don't understand how the gun works. And I guess it's kind of similar with Joker cuz it's just like, yeah, it's just, a line, but it just doesn't it's not intuitive. It's really weird. Like literally Smith has a move where he dives forward and shoots the gun, but the hitbox is like in front of him because he's shooting bullets, but it doesn't go like full stage, but it's like ambiguous where it's like these little tiny things that
I do need a hitbox visualizer because I swear to God,
it's weird, right?
I feel like his body becomes a hitbox. Really,
Yes.
I'm shooting, but you got hit by my feet. How
Yeah.
kind
He's
of
like
gun is
punching
that?
me with a gun. Yeah, it's like a bayonet. I don't know. Um but yeah, I think you can find like a lot of games that have two of the three things, but not all three. Um I mean, you were talking about Nickelodeon. It's like I don't even know why people don't play that anymore. It was a good game. People like it, but there's just no reason to, I guess, with other stuff around. So,
I think that's probably it's. I think it's recognizable IP, but unfortunately, I think Nick is kind of I don't think it's that recognizable. You know what I'm saying? Like
mhm,
you have, I think off rip, it's it's fucking
right.
in Avatar. After that, like we started jumping little, you know what I'm saying? Like these kids don't know nothing about about no Rocco. Like
No, I mean, like I
these
think the
kids
new
don't know
people
about no
might
Rocco, bro.
know like Jimmy Neutron. Like
Okay,
they might
yeah,
be down with
yeah.
some Jimmy Neutron. That's like, that's my like their Jimmy Neutron is my Ren and Stimpy. I get that. Um, but I don't know. I agree. I mean, like Rocksteady came out, and I had people in my chat like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Damn, he just had a movie. Like
Yeah.
he was voiced by John Cena in the movie." I was like, he was like he's supposed to be kind of an important guy, but he ain't. I don't know. I guess they just don't have the pull anymore.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Yeah, I feel like it's hard to say like they have the IP, but I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna say I'm gonna give them a half point for that. There's definitely
Sure.
enough recognizable IPs to be like this. You know what Nick is, and the game is I'd say like a 0.7 point of good, but the polish is just not there.
No.
You know, so yeah, it's just that's been its issue, and I think again that's gonna be an issue for a lot of these games. Smash really came through and like really pioneered that platform fighter, and it really feels like it's still the only successful one outside of Brawlhalla. But that one is a totally different case. I mean, you have backing in history, and the game's been out for like 8 years and whatnot. So, or like
Right.
honestly, it might be 10 years or something like that. But even then, like for the most people who don't already play Brawlhalla or who haven't jumped in from the outside looking in, the game is not good until you get good. Like it
Okay.
is a very slow game until you are good, and there's a lot of are good kids that are playing, so that's good. It's also free to play, that helps.
Yeah.
But it's polished in a way that makes sense for a flash game, but I wouldn't say it's polished in a way that's like going to be visually appealing for
Sure.
everybody. It works. The game works as intended. It still looks like a flash game though.
I wonder
So
what Riot would have been like. Like, how many resources would they put into it? They would have had to put their own spin on it. Like, would they go for a doubles focus in the same way 2XKO did? Probably not. Maybe you could swap between two characters, but it doesn't. It's you don't need to do teams the same way that I don't know.
Hispano said he waiting
Whew.
for Samurai Jack. Well, you're in luck because apparently that thing, Riot does that like, or not Riot, but Multiverses does that like multiverses meeting in Discord, which I really wish they would just do on Twitch. But they did that multiverses meeting that they did on Discord, and they were talking about like Jason and whatnot. And the way our friend Malcolm explained it was like, yeah, the guy was just in there, and he was like, yeah, so I work really hard on this character. Like, some of the things you see, those are references from the movie because I mean, like, I watched a movie recently, realized that should be in the game. Worked very hard. Now I was like, okay. So a lot of people were feeling kind of like annoyed about watching that, but then apparently one of the coworkers kind of accidentally leaked that Samurai Jack is a character that they're looking at.
Ooh.
So it's possible. I know that the people are also saying that Beetlejuice is on the way. I don't know if I care too much for Beetlejuice, but I do like Samurai Jack, and I do also like the Powerpuff Girls, which we know are in the game. We know they exist, but we've got no information on that.
Yeah, but I still think I think it sucks that we know those that far ahead. Like I think that's bad because part of the speculation, the excitement, like it could be anybody, and you need that to keep going. And that was part of the reason that killed me in the beta. Is I was like, oh, the next two characters are Black Adam and Stripe. Okay, I'll just stop playing for a while. And then Marvin came out, and I like Marvin. I was like, oh, that'd be cool. But I didn't get back on because well, now it's been like 6 months. That's gonna happen to me again, where it's like I don't care about Samurai Jack. I don't care about Beetlejuice. I love
Yeah,
Powerpuff
it's like I
Girls a
know too
lot.
much from too far away. That's the issue. Like I know too
Yeah.
much that I'm not gonna get. I'm kind of having the same issue with Tekken right now. Like Lydia's announced, I want to play
Yes.
Lydia, but
Right.
we don't have a date. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I can continue to play Azucena, or I like who I'm not really enjoying as much as I was recently because in my head now I just want to play Lydia,
Right.
but I need a date to know when it's time for me to jump back on. But yeah, like with multiverses, like we know so much. We knew about Smith so long ago. He gets released. Still got to wait 2 weeks for him to be fully out. So now we're like, what's the release schedule? Like what
Yeah.
are we doing? Like once every 2 months? Do you even have the time to be able to do something like that? Should y'all be releasing once a month for the first year or whatever, so we can get a lot of characters out and keep the roster going, getting bigger and whatnot? Or like, are we late? Are we not gonna? Or is that not gonna happen?
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about ExpressVPN real quick. Do you mind?
Oh yeah,
You got
actually,
what do you know
I
about it?
got you. Real quick, let me tell you about ExpressVPN. Did you guys
Please do.
know all these things that we're talking about here? For some reason, if you can't find it in your country, well, you could definitely use ExpressVPN to go ahead and find it in our country. You can act like you live here, or you can act like you live wherever you don't live. Say you live here and you want to watch, Fresh Prince on Canadian Netflix. Well, you can go ahead and do that. ExpressVPN lets that happen. Every time I tell you this thing, I tell you that I'm in a state where they allow one site not to happen anymore. Well, sometimes I'm like, maybe I want to see that site, and then I go on ExpressVPN. I don't actually, but I would if I needed to. You know what I mean? So you could be like me and jump on ExpressVPN and watch The Office in the UK or watch Fresh Prince in Canada quickly by going to expressvpn.com/y'all gaming. We very much appreciate y'all supporting y'all gaming and prediction, but you can support us even more and support yourself by going to expressvpn.com/y'all gaming. Go to expressvpn.com/y'all gaming to learn more.
Yep. Thank you, ExpressVPN, for sponsoring the show. Yeah. We were talking about leaks and it kind of just taking the wind out of the sails. That's the thing that I think Riot has been really using well right now with 2XKO because they
Yep.
still have a long time to go, but they have such a big wealth of characters they could pick. I
I
how do
generally
I
think
put
you
this?
would just get fired if they like. I feel like if they find out you leaked, like
Oh
you're
yeah.
getting fired and your IP is getting blocked and you can't buy the game. Like, like
Well, the
they're just
game's not out, so you can't get data leaked the same way that things do in multiverses like that because that
mhm.
just keeps happening. Is like they'll put stuff in and then people go into the code and dig into the files or whatever. Um, yeah, I think that mystery, that excitement about new characters is kind of essential for new games like that. And I wonder how it would have been in a plat fighter. I don't know. Unfortunately, I guess we'll never know. I see people online that are like, "Hey, maybe if we make a big enough noise, then they'll turn it around and they'll actually make it." That's like tens of thousands of or tens of millions of dollars in budgeting. Like I don't think that's and that's not even a promise that you'll play it. Honestly, you're gonna say that, and then who knows if you're actually gonna stick around past week 1, week 2. I don't think Riot's gonna commit to that.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't
Oh
know.
well.
It's a sad spot to be in. I don't know what I think it only hurts so much because we have no idea about a new Smash game. Rivals
Mm.
2, I think everybody understands is good, but it's not gonna like blow up the world. All these other games have flopped. At least, to a I don't want to be disrespectful. Not flopped in the sense that they aren't good games or
I
they don't have
mean,
communities. They have communities. We're all comparing them against Smash Brothers, which is unfair, right?
I'm gonna look it up, bro. Nick,
No, don't do
I
that.
I
Come
need
on,
to.
bro.
I'm looking it up. We are Steam chart abusive.
Come
So,
on, man. I did get
oh,
nervous. I did look at the Steam charts after Smith came out, and it went up by like 800. And I'm like, dude, that's a
ooh.
new character. But I guess Smith's not like a, I don't know. Bro, just calling L and L. No, but I don't. There's constant negativity around these things, man, and I
Man,
genuinely don't want to like be that guy.
you
Like,
want to know you don't know what it's like right now, bro?
what?
So, the all-time peak for Nickelodeon All Stars Brawl on Steam only. So I always try to multiply by 3 because people play on console. 1,578. Okay.
Mhm.
The playing 3 minutes ago, 48 people.
Sure. It's a Discord fighter, man. There's a lot of games like that. It's a Discord fighter. Come on, man. There's 5 people in Nickelodeon 1. I would not want to. You could not pay me enough. That dude, $10 million in your bank account today, but you have to beat one of the 5 people still playing Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Good luck.
No, they're goats. I know they're goats, bro.
5 powdered toast men just licking me at 20. I'm dead. Okay.
Let's see what Rivals of Aether's hitting on, because I know 569 people playing Rivals of Aether right now. Okay, I see you. Yeah, it's hard out here for a platform fighter, bro. Like it really is. I mean, there's casuals right now still jumping online and spamming whatever with Mario and Luigi on Smash right now for sure. There's 13K people playing Brawlhalla. So yeah, as I said, like I feel like if it's not Brawlhalla, it's not Smash, it's really hard to sell the platform fighter genre right now. And that's so unfortunate. And as Zach was saying, because the fact there's no new Smash on the horizon and everyone's kind of annoyed with the current Smash that we have, Ultimate, I mean, and Melee is just Melee. I feel like Melee will always exist, but there is definitely lulls in Melee's like storytelling and whatever you want to say. And I feel like we're kind of there as well. Yeah, it just doesn't look like a good year/time period for platform fighters.
It's tough because like I know multiverses will eventually be good if Warner Brothers gives them time and love to be able to make it. Because like the polish is there, the animations are great, the movesets are creative. Smith is fun.
Smith is fun.
I have fun playing him. I don't like to play him because I don't like the game, but he's fun to play. Does that make sense? It's hard to explain. It's like, if his moves were on in a different engine, I'd be like, oh, this rules. But it's in this engine. That's all.
This is probably the first character since LeBron that I've actually cared about like as an IP. So like I like playing Stripe. Stripe is very fun. I do not care about the Gremlins.
Right.
I really didn't care about Marvin either because I feel like, as much as I know about Marvin the Martian and Looney Tunes, like
he's funny,
come on.
bro. Marvin's funny as hell.
They could have got Foghorn Leghorn, bro. That would have been.
He's not funny. Foghorn Leghorn's not funny.
Nah,
he would be
man.
so annoying.
Oh my, he would be the sickest brawler, bro. What are you talking about? He used to throw hands already.
He's an announcer pack. Make him an announcer pack. He would just have one smack move. That was all he would have. Is just one like, because that's all I remember him doing. Just smacking people in the goddamn head. That's all he would do.
This is why he's not.
Marvin's funny, bro.
Who could also been good? Funny. You know who also could have been good off theory, but like probably would have hated playing him was like Speedy Gonzalez. I like that guy. However, he would be Sonic.
Yeah, I was gonna say he'd be cheap as hell, bro. What are you talking about? No way.
You can't use him. You can't use Roadrunner. You can't.
No fast character, bro. Turn that off.
Yeah, bro. No, I don't know. You're crazy for that though. Foghorn Leghorn definitely throw it. He rolled. He had a. You know what I'm saying? He used to roll the sleeve up.
Bro, if he taunted me after winning and his taunt goes into the loading screen, like it's just gonna keep going. It's gonna cut him off. It's gonna go to the victory screen. He's gonna keep talking. That would piss me off. So he's teabagging me while he's talking. Like I wouldn't like that.
I do need that. I think on the real though, I do need Daffy. I think he's supposed to be. I think
he's
definitely. Like that would make Punk's already there. Just put Daffy in and make him a hard counter.
What the?
Like
Just put in
everything in
Daffy,
Bloods
and
have.
he's just dog. Like he's just awful. I think that'd be fine.
I think like every game, if they are in, like there's a 50-50 on if it's rabbit season or duck season.
There's like a passive.
Yeah, it's just a passive. Like one person always does 50% more damage
Yeah.
than like every time. It's like, what the? That would be. See, I have some ideas. They should hire me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Need like a
Anyway,
big tree with a sign on it. Last thing I'll say about multiverses before we're about to get out of here. Remove Iron Giant. I think it's time. We admit our mistakes. We're like, hey, this was a fun idea, but unfortunately, I don't think it didn't quite work out. Let's turn him off for a little
move
while.
past the need for that for sure. And I think if they want to, I don't like the he's heavy, so he can't be combo as long. That's dumb. Just let him be combo, bro. He has a combo breaker. Force him to use it or whatever. And he shouldn't be uncomboable. And then when you finally do get a chance to combo him, also have a burst that combos.
Cut your losses and make Iron Giant a Rift boss. What I was saying is it's a fun marketing angle because every time there's a new content update, they're like, oh, damn, Giant's back. Like, okay, there's a new Iron Giant. Okay, what's he got there? Oh, it's a brand new character. Okay. And then you got to turn, our bad, guys. We got to turn him off for another month. And then in another month, guys, the Giant is back. And he's got an all-new moveset. Like, it's a gift that keeps on giving. It's awesome. Got brand new Giants every time.
There's I don't know, you probably never played Sonic Battle, but it was that GBA game, and there was one of the characters in there. His name is Emerald, and like he basically can just use other people's he's a created character, but he's a robot.
Okay.
So he uses everybody else's moves. Like you can create them based off everybody else's moves in the game, and I feel like that's what they're doing with Giant. Like just every time he comes back with the new set, like
I genuinely think he should just be awful. Like I think they need to go like the League of Legends. Like this is a very difficult task and we're going to try it later. There's other stuff to worry about right now. So we're just going to turn him into like in League it was Evelyn, Karma, Olaf. Like there are characters that they're like, "Hey, we don't have the answer for this right now, so we're going to make them dog shit on purpose and then we'll figure it out later." That's kind of what I think Giant should go down, which is just like, we'll get back to this. But for now, you can play him if you want, but you're going to get juggled, and then you get to dunk on people. You know, if you actually win, you get to, like, taunt and be the good guy.
welcome back, y'all. It's Iron Giant week.
Giant's back, yeah! Turn the Giant back on. He's back from repairs. Yeah.
That's good. But yeah, we should get Iron Giant out the game. And that's probably going to be it for this show. It is unfortunate this is the news that they racked up with, or Riot is kind of like, I don't think Riot meant to throw that stray, and I don't even know if they that's even what exactly
not
said.
at all.
But I will say that whoever wrote that article knew exactly what they were doing when they threw that stray. I hope the PFG office is fine, but that's just I would hate to be a game that we're trying to work it out, and then like one of the biggest gaming conglomerates is like, yeah, because of this game, we aren't doing it no more.
I feel bad because like I don't, my opinion is my opinion. I'm not trying to like push it onto anybody or be disrespectful. Like it's like I want people to come to their own conclusions. I am frustrated by the game and I don't like it, but I don't ever want to influence other people doing it. I think the Riot thing sucks because it's going to give a lot of people ammo to just hop on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? And I don't like that. I'm never a fan of that. So I hope that there's a tweet going around right now where Void is saying that Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 1 was his favorite plat fighter, which is very funny, right? Because everybody dumps on that game. But I think everybody should come to their own conclusions about the games they do or don't like. And I hate that this is sort of adding fuel to that fire. Because people like have this idea of what a Riot plat fighter would be, how good it would be, whatever. You don't know. Maybe it's bad. They don't. Do they know what they're doing? Who knows?
Who knows? We have someone asked what's your game of the year already for this year. Like if you have one, I don't really feel like a lot came out this year that I care for. Unfortunately, like I mean, the Elden Ring DLC came out, but that's DLC, so I don't really feel like it counts as like a full game. But I'm looking. I'll open up a list real quick, and I think the most time I've spent on a new game this year is probably Power World. And I would not say that's a game of the year for me.
Yeah, I was going to say for me, it's either Pal World, which is insane to say, or Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, which is so stupid since it's an indie game, and last year was an indie game, and I don't want to be an indie game guy. I'm not trying to do it, but I love that game.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I was gonna say
I'm
Elden
gonna have
Ring
to say
too,
Tekken
but
8, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Tekken 8 did come out this year, right? I'm not
Tekken
tripping.
8 did. Yeah.
I'm happy. I'm about to say Tekken 8 for me, but that's I feel like I don't like to use fighting games as a game of the year because I feel like that's its own genre. You should be like,
Yes. Right.
you know. So
It's so hard to compare them.
once I find another game later on this year, there's nothing really that I feel like I'm even excited for coming out right now. Like I can't think off the top of my head like, oh, this is coming out. Like almost everything that came out so far this year, I've liked has been some level of DLC. So I
Sure.
played Elden Ring for the first time this year, but it's been out for 2 and I played it and it was fun. The Tekken DLC is pretty sick. Hades 2, but that's not fully out. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yep. Well, we're gonna get going, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Y'all Gaming one more time. Sorry it was a shorter show with not much to talk about, but
31 minutes, bro. What you talking about?
you know what I mean. Not playing too many games. But before we go, I had to pull up the ad read, and I had a call from potential spam, so they had to hear that. Guys, remember, Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Guys, if you're looking for promotions, Prize Pick has you covered every week, from lowering select player stat projections on Tuesdays to help your lineup, or getting your entry fees back if you have a losing lineup on Fridays. They have you covered no matter what you want to do. It's the daily fantasy sports app for you. Easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Unlike other apps, it's not even sweaty, and it's so easy to do. Guys, download the Prize Picks app today and use code YALLGAMING for a first deposit match of up to $100. What? A first deposit match of up to $100. Guys, that's code YALLGAMING on Prize Picks for a deposit match up to $100. Pick more, pick less. It's that easy. Thanks, Prize Picks. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. We're gonna go. Are you streaming?
Not yet. I don't even know if I'm gonna stream today. I'm really gonna try to figure out this thing about the rift and someone can carry you through because I have like no gyms, so I'm not sure what they
Oh, I
mean
think
by
it's
that.
over for you then.
Yeah, I think they meant like after you get some gyms, but I don't got no gyms. I mean,
His
I got
ass is not
gyms, but I don't
smithing.
really. I don't. Yeah, I got like one level 4 gym, bro. That's it.
Hey,
So,
enjoy that training mode, man. You're gonna have a great
you
time
know,
with him in the training mode.
I've already played. I mean, he is fun. That's the whole reason I'm trying to do my rift now.
No. Well,
Yeah.
have a good time. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.